Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, The Bit Boy. Today I'm still coming to you from Singapore, as you can see. Duchess of DeFi is here behind me. And I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel because if you don't, then, you're just using me. And I want to have a real friendship with you, so please hit the like button and subscribe. Look, guys, obviously a big thing came out of this trip to Singapore. We're wrapping it up here, getting ready to head to the airport. I'm going to be fighting Ansem December 6th. He's 6'6". He looks 6'7" or 6'8". He's a giant. Going to be fighting him in Dubai on December 6th. Protecting my 2-0 record. Going to go for 3-0 record in combat sports. Super excited about that. Maybe set up for a karate fight next year. Ready to do it. But guys, tonight I wanted to talk about altcoins. And I wanted to talk about the future top 10. The future top 10. And I'm not going to number these. What I want to do is I want to give you guys kind of, first of all, when I say top 10, we're removing Bitcoin from the equation. We're removing USDT. We're removing USDC, staked Lido Ether or whatever, staked Ether from Lido Finance on Coin Market Cap is in the top 10. We're talking the top 10 altcoins, okay? So what are some coins that I see getting into the top 10 in altcoins in this bull run? Obviously, you got projects that are going to be staying in there. Ethereum's not going to be going anywhere, regardless of the amount of users. Solana not going anywhere. Binance Smart Chain or BNB probably not going anywhere. And so you start looking, you start saying, where are the chinks in the armor? Where are some projects that could fall out of the top 10 in altcoins? Obviously, if you've watched this channel for a little bit, you understand how I feel now about ADA. I think Tron also will not be in the top 10 in altcoins. I think probably like your Dogecoin, probably not, unless Elon Musk says they're going to use it for X or X payments or something, which could happen, is potential. And I don't know if I'm XRP obviously going to stay there as well. So I think that was the one that I was missing. But I think Polkadot may be somewhere next on that list. It's going to be gone. So we're looking at some coins that can get inside the top 10. And some of these could have some massive, massive movement. So I'm going to start here by talking about some coins that I could see actually getting in the top 10 and staying in the top 10, like actually becoming one of the coins like XRP, where we say, oh my gosh, it's almost always in the top 10. We used to say it with Litecoin, used to say it with Cardano, things like that. Baby, what are the coin you can see being in the top 10 for a long time? Sui. The answer is Sui. I agree with her 100% on this. I'm glad she finally decided to take my advice and get into Sui, because Sui's absolutely amazing. It's going to be in the top 10. It's charging up. What number did it get up to recently? Do you know? 25. This thing was barely in the top 100 when we started talking about it. Shooting straight up. Sui means water in Japanese. And man, that thing is flowing. So Sui is a project I can see getting in the top 10 and staying in the top 10. Okay. Another project that I can actually see getting in the top 10 and staying in the top 10, the furthest one away here, probably, most likely, is Ondo. And look, guys, people will tell you some tokenomics on Ondo and why it's not going to do this, not going to do that. Guys, BlackRock has partnered with it. It used the Biddle Fund. People have to understand, many people have made this statement. There's going to be, Sergey Nazarov from Chainlink recently said this. He said, there's going to be more money in RWAs and tokenization. There's going to be more tokenized assets than the total market cap of the rest of crypto. 100%, I agree with this. And so it doesn't matter if the tokenomics are the strongest. What matters is the amount of users and the amount of use this is going to get, and it's going to be absolutely massive. And the speculation that's going to go along with that, I think it can get to the top 10, stay in the top 10. I think $10 for this coin in this bull run is very, very doable. So we'll see what happens. Okay, next on the list, that could potentially get in the top 10 and stay in the top 10. Okay, I'm actually going to go with ASI. Right now it's Fetch. FET is the token. The name of it is the Artificial Intelligence Super Alliance, or whatever it's called. Just look for this thing to do really well. It's going to be the top AI coin. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it is going to get to the top 10. And I think it has potential to stay in the top 10 as well. One with a little more of a long shot, in my opinion, is Render. I think Render can definitely touch top 10. Can Render get in the top 10 and actually stay in the top 10? Is an Apple partnership or is Apple using the Render technology enough with the AI and, of course, future crypto wallets that will be coming with Apple, obviously. I don't know if they announced anything recently, but you know it's coming. It's got to be. I think right now with the AI interface you're going to get with the new iPhone. Very, very simple at first, but it's going to, over time, just like Siri did, going to get much more use. And this is what, the same way that Siri really introduced people to voice commands, that's what led to Amazon Alexa and so many things we have in our houses and things like that today. So I definitely think, this Apple could be the blueprint for crypto as well. And if that is the case, I think Render does have a chance. It is being used. It was in the Apple demo for the new technology they were using. I can't remember exactly what it was for rendering, but they're going to use the Render technology. Render just had a token change. It went from RNDR to RENDER as the actual ticker. So keep that in mind. I think it does have an outside shot. And, I think that those are the only ones, maybe outside chance, maybe BitTensor. But the only thing with BitTensor with Tau is I do believe that ASI is going to be the top. It's going to be the top coin. It's Ocean and Fetch and Singularity combined. It's like the Voltron, not the Power Rangers, whatever that thing was. It's the Voltron of artificial intelligence. That's why I think it will potentially get in the top 10 and stay in the top 10. So, and then we start looking at next coins. Okay, what do we have next? What are some coins that have the potential to have a run to the top 10? We've seen this every single cycle. Every single Bitcoin cycle or altcoin season, we've seen so many of these coins rise up into the top 10 only to quickly fall out and stay out. We saw Shiba in the top 10. Solana looked like it was going to be one of those projects that ran up in the top 10, but it actually ended up staying there. I think if you look at the previous altcoin seasons, you'll just see tons of coins. In 2017, you had Dash and you had Neo riding into the top 10 only to be crushed out of it. And then the last one you had, obviously, I think Filecoin was in the top 10 at some point. Polkadot in the top 10. And I think SHIB was in the top 10, of course. Dogecoin has been in the top 10 a good bit in its lifetime, but it was all the way up, like whatever it got, number 4, number 5. And there are tons of coins that were getting up there. If you think, Luna, what about Luna? Luna was in the top 10 before it had its collapse. Tons of stuff like that. So I think when you just look back at it, tons of coins have had that rally right up to the top 10 and then have fallen out. Maybe they get to the top 12, something like that. So what coins have the potential to have that run up? Okay, I'm looking at Kaspa. I think Kaspa has the potential. I think it's one of the lower chances on this list, but I think it has potential to rise up there. Kaspa, I love those people. They're nice people. It will not be a top 10 altcoin, I don't believe, over the long term. Doesn't mean it won't perform well. Okay, so Kaspa is one. Obviously, I was just talking about BitTensor. Tau is definitely one. ICP is one that I do believe it's right on that edge of being able to get up and stay in the top 10, and then also being able to have a run and run down. And I think most likely that's what's going to happen. I think ICP is going to hit the top 10 at some point in altcoins during this bull run. We'll see how high it can get. Definitely one to keep your eye on for sure. So then you look at another one. I mean, look, Chainlink, but Chainlink's right there on the line. It's already been one before. But if you look at Pith Network, now we know Pith Network is one that Mr. X has talked to us a lot about. And Pith Network, I think, has a big opportunity to be able to have a massive run. The more RWA and the more the oracles are needed and Chainlink keeps moving. Solana is now kind of the next blockchain people are kind of building on, the big one after Ethereum. And, for a lot of us, we look at these blockchains, we say, oh, there's better stuff like Sui. Well, of course, but the mainstream is more heard of Solana right now at this point. And a lot of people want to build there and use that blockchain. So we'll see what happens with that. So with the rally that Pith has already had, I think it's definitely one to watch with an outside chance to hit that big rally. It just depends on how much they're able to mimic some stuff that Chainlink has done in the past with oracles. I think you look at Avalanche is already kind of basically there on that borderline, so no reason to really look at it. And, outside of those, it just, going off my brain here, I think those are the ones with the biggest opportunity. Did I miss one? Did I miss some? If I did, drop those down below in the comments. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.